What is up, DTube? Today I want to do a quick video and I want to do so it's 13 days until the HEX big payday on November the 19th, and the HEX adoption amplifier lobby, it closes on November the 17th, like 2 days before, but the big payday is 2 days delayed. So I want to do a stats update video because HEX actually went above 1 cent per HEX, and at the moment on November the 6th, um, basically HEX is at the moment top 10 crypto, $3.4 billion market cap, and $479 million of HEX locked for 4.41 years. That is that's a long time. Okay, like people really the way people interacting with HEX is they're basically using HEX as they should, which means trying to build incentives in HEX so you make so people stake for longer periods of time. So you get this like war for longer stakes. Like people try to stake longer so they can get more shares, and if they get more shares, they get a bigger slice of the pie eventually, because shares become more scarce than HEX eventually. So yeah, okay, top 10 crypto, $3.4 billion market cap, and at the moment it's actually $480 million locked for almost 5 years, which is pretty impressive. And what else? Okay, total supply is 456 billion dollars, or 456 billion HEX, not billion dollars, and that is 3.8 billion dollars actually. And locked HEX is 56 billion HEX. Circulating is 399 billion HEX, and it seems like it's going to be around when these 13 days around the big payday in on November the 19th. It seems like the circulating supply is going to be around 420 billion HEX or something like that. Okay, and what more kind of interesting stats do we have? Well, if we look at the market at the moment on Hex.live, you can see that the ROI in USD is 150x against USD, and against BTC is 72x up, and against ETH is 46x up. So these kind of can work as multipliers, which is kind of interesting. And also, of course, that this doesn't even include, like, let's say someone gets 3x more coins on the big payday, then that gets like, that becomes like, in USD terms, it would be like 150x times 3, so that's around maybe like 400x up or something like that. I mean, it is high. It's very high. So let's see if I can see. Oh, and the daily payout per T share is also very interesting, because let's see, it's been constantly going up here the last couple of days. So yesterday it was daily payout per trillion share. Yesterday it was 5.125 hex. So that means if you have 10 trillion shares, you take 5.125 times 10, and I guess you get like 51 hex for 10 trillion shares. There's a lot of numbers to kind of keep track of, but yeah, the stats are looking amazing for Hex. Yeah, it just looks amazing, and it's also been up to, since it passed 1 penny. It gets kind of interesting, because if you did the math, like if you would get up to what Bitcoin kind of did, and what is the realistic value it actually should have, then as we talked about, it is like 20 cents per one hex. So it should kind of get up to those kind of levels eventually, which means you would get another like 20x on top. And obviously, HEX is designed to even outperform Bitcoin eventually, so it can even go. Well, if it would outperform Bitcoin, then eventually it would be in the dollar range eventually for one hex, because I mean that's really what it's designed for. There is a lot of inflation right now, a lot of coins coming out, but that's going to kind of stop now around when the adoption amplifier stops, which it does on November 17th. It means that there's not going to be a ton of new coins coming out. And that's going to kind of change things, because then people can only buy coins or get HEX from Uniswap, and that's going to probably create a lot of scarcity. And because I mean most coins that people are staking, it's they're not even going to come out. They're not even going to come out in a couple of years. I mean 5 years, that's quite a long time before those coins are going to come out. So there's probably going to be a supply shock coming eventually. So that can be something that can be kind of good to know. But yeah, decentralized time deposit, the best one that there is. Oh yeah, what is it can kind of be interesting for people that have very, very long stakes. What is the APY at the moment for them? Like people that have like 10-year stakes. Well, they're running at around 40% APY right now, and the total percentage yield would be 18,000%. So it's like 18,000%, okay? Because with how the share system works, that is what is creating this like insanely high total percentage yield eventually for people that have long HEX stakes. So that is actually why people are staking for so long time in HEX. But yeah, 13 days until the big payday, and I guess it's like 11 days maybe until 11 days until there is no more adoption amplifier, which means you won't be able to send Ethereum to a place and get HEX in return, because that kind of minting will stop. So that can kind of be good there to know. So yeah, quick little video talking a little bit about that. Have a great day, DTube.